Hey guys, and welcome back to Building Me, where we are choosing to be better than we were yesterday. My name is Gloria. I am your host, and I haven't posted in maybe like 2 weeks because I ran out of content early in the summer. I content batched, and now I don't have any more. Then I need to do it again. So today is content batch day, and I also realized that I haven't done a lot of like real estate content video for this podcast. And this podcast is not just for day-to-day life. We're building in skills, habits, even finance and real estate. So we're going to talk about real estate today. The topic for today is renting out my property even worth it? I've been in the industry for almost 3 years, and I have not just seen a lot of things, I have also heard even more things. And the kind of things that people go through, landlords specifically, is just upsetting. Every time I hear a landlord story about having a bad tenant, it always makes me question, do I really want to invest in real estate and rent out my property when I get to that stage? I mean, whoa, let me stop. I'm already at that stage. But luckily for me, I have amazing tenants. I only have one unit, and our tenants have been great. They've never missed a payment. They pay on the date, on the dot, no missed dates. So, like, glory to God because they've been great so far. And we also have a good relationship. But when I hear stories, now the stories are the scary part. So, my prayer is just to continuously, do my due diligence so that I don't have to end up. Because landlords end up getting part of why landlords end up getting bad tenants, it's because they don't do their full due diligence. But at the same time, you can do as much due diligence as you can and want to. But at the end of the day, you will never really know a tenant until they move out of your property, or even like until you go check in, like maybe months 2, 3, 4, 6. Because let's say like this person has 800 credit score, great job, quiet, single male. He moves in, he moves out. You go to do like some inspections before relisting, the property, and you find out that this guy turned your property upside down. He didn't clean, he dirtied the walls, like, the vents in the washroom in the kitchen, he let that get dirty. Just a mess. A mess. I've seen it, I've heard it. It's so bad. And even sometimes the worst part is when someone moves in, takes advantage of a landlord that, decides to rent this place out to them. They move in and they forget that they have to pay month to month. They forget that, oh, right, like I have to pay this person. Like, I feel like paying a landlord is just like the least you can do for them allowing you to move in to the property. But don't get me wrong, I know there's always two sides of the story. I'm pro landlord, but I'm also pro tenant. But I think I'm mainly pro landlord because landlords landlords are the way they are for a reason. A lot of them have gone through so many bad tenants that now they have to be extra, extra, extra picky about who they choose when it comes to their next tenant, because they were probably scarred. They probably had nightmares. They probably had to spend thousands, hundreds of dollars, who knows. And now being a landlord myself, I understand like just because your rent is $2,000 does not mean that's going to pay off their whole mortgage, their month-to-month mortgage. Their mortgage is probably 2005, but they have to work with the market, meaning that they have to cough up that extra $500 every month, and that's just like the minimum. Rent now for a one bedroom is like $2,000 to $2,500. For a two bedroom, it's $2,500, $2,700. So it's like they have to still cough up money because the rent is not paying off their mortgage, especially when the market is not aligning with your mortgage. That's a nightmare. I do understand there is definitely two sides to the story, and there's definitely like he said, she said. I've heard bad landlords as well. Some landlords can be rude, they don't really care, etc. But at the same time, like I've just learned to be, before I was an agent, I didn't really understand, but now I'm an agent and also a landlord, hearing stories, seeing it myself, I now understand why landlords are the way that they are. And it does not help that the that the landlord tenant board are pro tenant. It does not help at all. So it's like, it's really unfair because a tenant will be in the unit for how many years, not pay for their rent, and still ask you to come fix an appliance. It's literally the audacity for me, and you can tell like how passionate I am about this. And it's not even happened to me. I'm like, my worst fear is it happening to me. So I'm just gonna continuously pray that it does not happen to me. So guys, keep me in your prayers because I do want to, invest in more properties and end up renting it out. But yeah, it's just going to take someone to really know someone is not going to mess up with their property. But yeah, great talking to you guys. Thank you for listening to me, and tune into the next one. Till next time, guys, let's keep building. Bye.